Hey there, everyone. Today, we're diving into a fascinating story about two pharmaceutical giants, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk, and their diverging paths in the highly lucrative obesity drug market. This is a tale of market dynamics, investor confidence, and the ever-shifting landscape of the healthcare industry. So, what's going on here? Well, these two companies, both leaders in GLP-1 drug development, have had very different receptions from Wall Street recently. Despite both beating earnings estimates and raising their full-year outlooks, the market's reaction couldn't have been more contrasting. Eli Lilly, with its blockbuster diabetes treatment Mounjaro and obesity drug Zepbound, is on a roll. Their stock is soaring, and investors are loving every minute of it. On the other hand, Novo Nordisk, while also performing well, is facing some challenges in winning back market share and restoring investor confidence in its pipeline. One analyst put it this way: while Novo raised guidance as expected, the pipeline and path to sustainable growth remain less clear. Ouch! That's a pretty big statement, and it highlights the growing divide between these two companies. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The global obesity drug market is expected to be worth over $100 billion by the 2030s. That's a massive pie, and these companies are fighting for a bigger slice. In the US alone, Lilly currently holds a 60.9% share, while Novo trails behind at 38.8%. Lilly's growth is nothing short of impressive. Their revenue has skyrocketed by 48% in the latest quarter, and they've managed to maintain this momentum despite lower prices in the US market. One analyst described it as reinforcing investor confidence that their treatments can sustain their sales momentum. But Novo isn't sitting idle. They've also topped expectations and lifted their full-year outlook. However, investors seem more concerned about Novo's future prospects rather than their current performance. One analyst summed it up: all in all, this leaves many questions open for 2027. One of Novo's key products, the Wegovy pill, has shown promise, but its US launch results have left some investors wanting more. Despite reaching over 5 million patients since its launch, the pill's performance has raised questions about its ability to drive significant growth for the company. Novo's CEO, Mike Doustar, defended the pill's strategy and launch, highlighting regional expansions as a potential source of momentum. But the company's updated outlook suggests a potential sales decline this year, which contrasts sharply with Lilly's expectation of ballooning revenue. And it's not just about the Wegovy pill. Novo has faced some setbacks with its experimental obesity drug, CagriSema, which failed to match the efficacy of Lilly's Zepbound in a large trial. This, coupled with the recent failure of a late-stage heart drug trial, has investors questioning Novo's ability to generate long-term growth. As one analyst put it, as pricing in the obesity market faces continuous headwinds, a clear strategy, underpinned by franchise diversity, is critical. And that's exactly what investors are looking for: a clear, diverse strategy for the future. In conclusion, the story of Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk is a fascinating insight into the world of pharmaceuticals and investor dynamics. While Lilly is riding high on a wave of success, Novo is facing the challenge of proving its turnaround efforts and diversifying its pipeline. It's a tale of two companies, and their paths will continue to be watched closely by investors and industry experts alike. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this story. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.